Alright, hey everyone, what's up? So this is Super Monkey Ball 2 Community Level Pack 1.5 HD, and the reason for the HD is because this is like a remaster of the original Community Pack 1.5, which is all the way back from 2017, and we kind of updated it, gave it some new backgrounds, new textures, new stages, and this is a ROM hack of Super Monkey Ball 2 for the GameCube, and I think that I really like this ROM hack because it's like, it shows off a lot of different stages from all kinds of different creators. You get a good amount of like different stage design in here, a good medley. And I am about to start here in 3, 2, 1. And so this was arranged by Cherim, and like various members of the community worked on both the original and the remaster. So here we start with Rise. This was like beginner 2, I believe, in Community Pack 1.0, and in 1.5 it's World 1.1. And here we are, we've already switched backgrounds and stage design into Pattern Hills, and I think that this is a really nice stage. You just get to speed through it, nothing too tough. And you may have noticed me already doing some stuff where I'm like hitting stage select and retry it. Like I hit retry right when a stage loads in, and then I hit stage select right after hitting the goal. That's because it's much faster to hit retry instead of like holding A and waiting for the full cycle when you're doing a run, and stage select is much faster than waiting for like it to get back to the menu manually. Here's Shockwave, another background change. This time we're in like this cool electro techno world. And this one got changed a lot from the original. In the original it was pretty much a hold up. Here we have to actually like do some stuff. And this is Brooke, and here we're gonna see a little bit of our first actual like speed strat, we could consider it, where like we're just gonna do a little skip or not. Let's try that again. We're just gonna do this, land here, and there. We saved it a little bit of time. And the rest is just pretty calm. And here we are on balance. And you'll notice there's 2 goals here. There's one underneath the actual stage, but we're not going to be taking that as it's slower to get that compared to getting just the normal blue goal. So there we go. And here we are in Beanstalk. This, in one of the earlier community packs, this was actually a bonus stage, which I find kind of confusing because it's like there's not that many bananas. Why keep them bonus stage? And we have a nice little Christmassy background here. I'm a fan of that. Flower petals. Alright, so this stage, it's like, this was one of the earliest stages made for Monkey Ball 2, and I think that's a pretty nice one because it's like, it's just a nice stage, but it also has like a banana bunch, which is positioned really strangely, in my opinion, and a lot of people are like, that's kind of dumb. You'd have to hit like the side of the goal just to get it. But I think it gives it character. Climb. That was one of the first stages with the skybox. The skybox has been changed in the HD version, but hey, it looks pretty good. And we end off World 1 with the banana farm, which, although it lags a bit on like console and emulator, it's a nice little send-off to World 1. It's a cute little stage. Like, it looks like they actually like spent time into modeling it, making it look like a little true farm. And with that, we're done with World 1. And on to World 2. You'll also notice the music has been changed here, as like it's a custom level pack. Why not do custom music? It just makes sense. So here's Margarets. This stage was changed quite a bit. So the reason why it was called Margarets is because it originally had like little flowers everywhere, which were like meant to be like the Margarets. But here in the remake, I noticed that there's like no flowers whatsoever, which is kind of funny. But here's Square Stair. Here's another like slight speed strat that you'll be seeing. So we're just gonna fall off the edge of this, hit this, and land straight on the goal platform. Bird Baths, another small little skip that we do here, where we're gonna fall off this, and we're just gonna hit that and get the goal. Alpine. This is another one of the earliest stages. It's been changed in like the remake for HD, and I honestly like the new version better. And this is just another like little sweet, short and sweet stage. Here's Indoor Slide. We do a very easy skip here where we're just gonna hold right and then hold back as soon as we fall down. onto Snake Block. Now this was like the actual first stage that featured a skybox. And like the skybox yet again has been changed from the original, as the original didn't look the best. But it was definitely like a breakthrough, and we finally realized, hey, this is how we do skyboxes, as we could finally have custom levels that looked somewhat decent. That was all the way back in 2016. Playground, this is a short and sweet one. You'll notice that it's in a vanilla background, but it looks a bit dark, and that was for like a reason which I honestly did not know, but we figured it out since then it's been fixed. Here's Burrow. We have a little short and sweet strat here where we're just going to fall off the edge and land on the goal platform. Hilly Hills. Now this is like a quick stage where you can just like speed through it, although it's not like a short stage by any means. It's still pretty like fun to just speed through. And we're already on the last stage of World 2, and this is Seawalls, and it's kind of interesting because like it's in a sky world, so seawalls. But I do think that this background is quite nice, and the textures fit this stage quite well. And with that, we're done with World 2, on to World 3. There's these little cutscenes in between, which like we'll be skipping due to the fact that this is a speedrun, not like a casual playthrough or anything. Under the Ocean. That's the original world name, although not all stages here will be actually under the ocean. So here's Whitewater. This is another like stage where you can kind of just speed through it for the most part. And we're back in the sky background. Here is Cone Catwalk. This looks pretty nice in my opinion. It's just, there's not really any speed strats that you get to see that much in World 3. Like, these stages are kind of like, you just go fast. There's not really that many skips or anything, but they're still pretty fun to just go through. Turtle Shell, this one, you can get like a lot of bananas here, and I forgot to mention, but bananas in this game, so if you're playing challenge mode, like there's actually a life system, so for every 100 bananas you collect, you'll get a 1-up. But during story mode, it doesn't really do anything other than just like make your score go higher, but in like a speed environment, score doesn't really matter, so. Droop Loops. This is a cute little stage. I like how the little cacti are here. They actually have collision, so if we wanted to knock into them, then we could, but we're not gonna fall out here. Windmills. This one looks really nice in like the little toyish background in my opinion. So another little thing that you'd see me do is that you'll notice that a lot of times here, like I'll hold like upright and then go forward or in whatever direction I want to go. That's a technique called boosting, as if you like hold into like upright or up left beforehand and then like choose to go, it gives you a bit more speed because you can like tilt the stage a bit more, and that's something that in Monkey Ball you don't actually control like the monkey or the ball, you're actually controlling like the stage, you're tilting the stage, not the actual like monkey. Autocracy, that one looks pretty nice. Here's Giant Steps. This one you kind of, there's a slight, I don't know, I would not consider it a speed strat myself, but you just kind of rush through it. Tipped dominoes. So here it is possible if we wanted to like try and land straight on the goal platform while going down, but it's very inconsistent and I do not do it in my personal runs of this, so I would not be doing it here. And we end off with Funplex, and this is just like another short, not short, but sweet stage in my opinion. And it's pretty like classic. It's just like a bunch of little slight obstacles that you go through, like an obstacle course. And with that, we have finished World 3, on to World 5. I mean 4, wow. Crossbones. This is a nice little spooky-ish stage. It matches with the music, I guess. Here we have Cheesecloth, which is just like, this is another stage where we kind of just speed through most of it. If we continue going, we would have gotten banana bunches, but those don't matter here. 3 bumpers training. This one, we use a technique called bumper jumps, which nowadays, like, no one really likes them because they're quite inconsistent, but back in the day, they're like, oh my god, this new technique, it's so cool. High transfer. Here, like, oops, there's another death. So this one we kind of just speed through as well. Treehouse. I'm not so sure if this really looks exactly like a treehouse or not, but this is another short little stage, which I think looks pretty nice in the sky background. These textures are actually from the vanilla game. They're a mix of original World 6 and original World 4, and those would be Boiling Pot and Inside a Whale. Summits. This was one of the earliest stages too. I find it to be pretty fun. You kind of just get to speed through most of it. Whoops. If you're not dumb and an idiot like me. See if I can get it this time. There we go. And with that, we arrive at Air Escape. I honestly do not know if I pronounced that right or butchered it completely, but this is another like short stage where you kind of just wing it. Okay. Sliding. This is a fun stage, in my opinion. You kind of just go fast on it if you get like the right clips, which I managed to do. Not clips, but like, right, you land on the right platforms and stuff. And here we have Keyhole. Yet again, one of the earliest stages. This looks way better than it originally did though. Like, the textures on this, like, they could cause you an eyesore. The original I'm talking about, not now. And here we have Corner Cross. This background looks quite nice. This was made by somebody called Metallico, and they used to actually be like very into multiplex hacking. They used to like make a bunch of tools and discoveries about the game. They're not like as much into multiplex nowadays, but they still have done so many great things for this game. And we probably would not have a lot of the stuff that we have now without her. And on to World 5, we're almost halfway through the run. We start off with multiplex, which is like a longer version of funplex. Just like more obstacle course. The texturing is actually pretty well done here, in my opinion, so I like it. And done with the first stage, on to Skydock. So here we're gonna see a use of like a bunch of different mechanics. So we start with just a normal wire, and then we'll see like this path which gradually gets thinner, and then we have these moving plus signs, I would say, and then a faster variant of them. And then we have like this little cylinder which moves side to side that we have to go off the top of, and then here's something that's kind of cool. This is like a phantom-ish effect of this wire, where it counts as a foreground object, so it like moves in time. And here you would think that that's like two thin wires. That's actually an invisible path, which it stumps a lot of players when they first get to this stage. Ring attack. This is a nice little stage. You kind of get to speed through it. This is one of the few stages where the timer's not 60 seconds. It's only 30 there. Here's another short and sweet stage where we're kind of just gonna go through it normally but quick. This stage looks absolutely amazing compared to the original, in my opinion. Like, I think it must be based off of Sonic with like those bumper models and the textures. It looks really pretty. The background too. This is just like the quickest way of doing it. And look at that goal model, like this one definitely had some work put into it. yet another stage where there's warp goal that we're not going to be taking, as like it would be affecting like speed part as getting the blue goal, or normal non-warp goal is just quicker. And we're in a vanilla background again. This is the Arctic world, and I think it looks pretty nice. This stage has been textured quite well in my opinion. This was another one of like the earliest ones. It was originally in Monkey Ball 1, I think. I may be wrong on that, but yeah, that one looks pretty nice and it's quick to go through. Caterpillar, yet another stage where there's not really any speed strats to it. Oh, that was close. I may have fallen off the edge. On to mildly upset rings. I think that this stage gets named because there's a stage in Vanilla Monkey Ball 2 which is just named Mad Rings, and since these are just like 3 separate rings, they're just like mildly upset. Kind of like a reference to the original stage. Although like Mad Rings and that stage are completely different. And here we have Spiral Under Stars. And the reason it's called that is because this is a stage based off of another stage from the DS version of Monkey Ball, which I believe is called Touch and Roll. And in general, like, it was originally in a space background, which is why it was called Spiral Under Stars, but here it has an Arctic background, which I think it looks very nice, and although it might not fit the name as much. And with that, we're now halfway through the run, onto World 6. So far we've been seeing like some pretty nice calming stages. Like here it might get a small bit tougher, but story mode in this pack it's not too tough in my opinion. Although like for newcomers and stuff this would probably be somewhat of a challenge. So here we have Delta Echo. That's just another simple stage that you can run through. You'll notice there's like a steam effect that's left over from like the original World 6 of Monkey Ball 2, which is Boiling Pot. But in general, like, it's removed when you're actually playing the stage, but during stage load-in, it's still there and you can definitely notice it. Geometry. This was, a lot of people like the stage. I think that the goal model and stuff looks pretty cute. Ooh, we have a tall stage here. Clothesline. So here we just have, like, these tilted wires and they gradually get thinner. I think the background here is pretty nice in my opinion. It's definitely had some work put into it. Ring systems. This stage was made by somebody named Krabs, and they were one of the earliest people in the Monkey Ball modding community that made like stages with a great amounts of detail in them, and they were quite great for the time being because like they were good stages, they all played well, and they were some of the first to have like a good well-modeled 3D background that worked and like looked proper. We have Chocolate Bar, Desert World. I don't know why it's not melting yet. That was a very bad joke, I apologize. But yeah, this is just like little bumps. Oops, I hit a bumper and they fell off. Bumpers in this game, like in general, if you hit them, they'll like push you away from them a bit and you may lose some speed, or in some cases they can like make you gain speed. Alright, Ramen Stapler. I have no idea why the stage is named what it is. This one, it kind of just plays itself. You hold up for most of it until the end. And now we have Souk. So this stage, there's actually like a strat which makes it go quite quick, because when you first look at it, you're like, wow, this is like a gigantic stage. So we're just gonna fall here, go here, and into the goal we go. A lot of people did not like the original version of that stage. Here's Future Coaster, a stage by someone named Craft and Cut, who we don't see make that many levels in this pack. I think that this is their only one in here, but it's a pretty nice stage, short and sweet. Another warp goal that we skipped, by the way. Black Snake, there's not really a speed strat here, we kind of just like go with the flow. I guess I'll like explain a bit more about this. So this like remastered version of 1.5 it was arranged by somebody named Cherim in the multiplex community, and the original 1.5 I believe was arranged by somebody named Tony. And they both are like still pretty active in the multiplex community to this date. They do like some custom level stuff. I don't know about Tony, but I know that Cherim definitely does. And yeah, they're both like pretty cool. You should like check them out or something. So that's World 6, on to World 7. We start off with another stage named Boomerang Divot, and this was another one of the earliest stages yet again. Ooh. I think this one's pretty nice. And another stage by Crabs. This time we have Super Speed. So the reason why this one has its name is because like you have to like go up this ramp, and then like at the end you just have to like get as much speed as you can from here and just shoot into the goal. So we're just gonna, and there we go. Cubbies. This one's yet another stage where we kind of just like try to avoid all like interruptions. Chessboard. Here's another use of like the mechanic where like we have foreground objects. So see, those like foreground objects that we see moving, they don't have collision whatsoever. So if we go on them, then we're dead. And I still managed to die without even hitting them. Wow. Near the goal too. Whoops. Wow. I think that this one looks pretty cool. It's a good use of that mechanic. Wow, I literally cannot play the stage today. Let's go a little bit slower, I guess. There we go. Alright. Holy ground. Here's another stage where there's not much speed strats. Like, for the most part, this run of story mode, there's not too many speed strats. You just like have to be like consistent and be able to like clear the stages as fast as possible. Dither, whoops. Let's see if I can still save that. Yeah, I can. Alright, that was another crab stage. Here's a stage that looks pretty cool in my opinion, arcology in general. We're just gonna fall here, fall there, and we're on the goal platform. Weaving. Oh, this brings back like memories because I was one of the people who like worked on the remastered version of this pack, and I somehow managed to mess up like in practice mode. There's like preview images for every stage when like you're selecting which one you want to play, and in general I managed to mess up and like put like double of this one, I believe. So I had to like go back and like redo some of them. The Saltodrome. This one's in the Christmassy background, which I like. This background looks pretty nice in my opinion. And that bumper also looks pretty nice. And with that, we're almost done with World 7 as well. So we're approaching like the final, like, 30 stages. Yo-Yo Bridge. This one's just a hold-up stage, wait and hold up, so I'm gonna wait for the first cycle to pass by, and up. Pretty simple. On to World 8. While these loading screens pass by, I'll explain a bit more about this pack. So, like, there's a bunch of different stages from different creators, as I stated at the beginning, and like, you'll be seeing different backgrounds, like a mix of custom and vanilla, and like the music is all new. There's all types of things that makes this pack stand out from others, and there's like newer community packs, like there's a pack named Community Pack 2020, which is like the newest, latest, like Midfall hacking and such. And you'll be seeing like nice stages if we play that one. If you play that one, I mean, but you get what I mean. And that has like a lot of nice like calming levels in it. And oops, that's death. If you'd like to like see like a new Monkey Ball pack, that's what I would recommend if you're about to like play a new Monkey Ball hack. So in there, like, there's extended difficulties, which is not in the vanilla game. So you have like more, oh wow, I'm messing up so much on the stage. Like, all of the challenge mode difficulties have been extended except for Master, I believe, and like, the challenge, story mode, it's like the same amount. There we go, finally beat that. Mousetrap. This one's been changed a lot from the original. I think it looks a lot nicer as well. We're gonna abuse like the little collision issues that are on the stage to help us go a little bit quicker. And oops. Whoops, I messed up. I monkeyed it in the mouth and they got trapped. That was another very bad joke. Ignore my low sense of humor. Okay, there, I fell right inside the hole that time. On to 8-4. And you'll notice this one, like, the camera loading is a bit weird. That's just, like, something from the vanilla game. And, hey, look, that's, like, you may notice that, like, little circle that we started with, it says AV. And that stands for Amusement Division, and they were the original developers of Monkey Ball 1 and 2. And they merged back into, like, Sega before, like, the rest of the games were released, if I remember correctly. But, yeah, that's, like, a little bit of Monkey Ball info for you. And that was also in the vanilla background, by the way. Here we have Effervescent Bridge. This is just another like stage where you just go with the flow. The music that's playing right now, this one's from Monkey Ball 3D, although a lot of people recognize it from being like from the latest Monkey Ball game at the time, which is Monkey Ball Banana Blitz HD. This was used in World 8, and since this is from like 3D's fight minigame that not many people play, as most people like play Monkey Ball for like the actual like gameplay, not like the party games and stuff. So most people just thought it was a new song. Transferring, this one's been changed from the original. This one's one of like the most fun, short and sweet stages that there is in my opinion. Seven. This one is Matterhorn, and there's like a few speed strats that can be done here, but for the record, I just like try and keep it simple, try not to like mess around too much, because most are pretty risky and may not be the most consistent. Let's see. There we go. Sometimes like you may not have enough speed to get up the last one and you'd have to like go back down and go back, and it's not fun. Dips. So this is pretty cool because it's in like the original game's World 8, and it's been changed a bunch because like, so you would usually be facing like the other side of the background, which is like the actual Clock Tower Factory, which is the name of this background, but here we're facing the city, which in my opinion looks way nicer because like the water and all that. You don't get to see as much of that in like vanilla World 8 because there's like fog that's meant to be covering it up, but here the fog doesn't appear and it looks much nicer in my opinion. Well, for the undulation, this one's just another stage where we just wait it out and then get into the goal. This is a vanilla background as well. Whoops, that was not good. Let's try again. And we're at the end of World 8. And this stage, wow, like, just look at this. This looks quite ginormous. And this has been changed a bit from, like, the original 1.5 version, as it was originally quite short. But here it's quite long. It's much longer, and you kind of just have to, like, try your best not to fall off, but still go at, like, a decent speed. So this is just what I'm doing. And, like, the second half of it, it gets, like, faster and changes direction, so you have to be careful. Whoops, that was close. Dang it. This one can be a run killer in some cases, but for me, I seem to find it, like, not too bad. There's other times that runs have died. Oh my gosh. Last one. Let's see if I can do it this time, and there we go. Alright, on to World 9, so the last 20 stages. Fortress. This one's like a nice, cute little stage in my opinion. You'll notice that these are wormholes. I don't think that we saw those earlier in here, but in general, like, going through a wormhole, like, it'll take you to, like, a different part of the stage where another wormhole is placed, and it helps you, like, get over certain sections of stages, and the like such thereof. And there we go, so here's Dichotomize. This is another one of the earliest stages, and fun fact, there's actually an invisible starting platform here, but we're not going to be exploring it. So, here at the end, like, we're just gonna get the goal. That was a very bad description, pardon me. Here we have cutting corners, and this is another corner crossing technique stage. Corner crossing is like the little checkerboard patterns like we saw in 810. At the end, you have to do like a little sidle to get past it. Backer Blast. I honestly have no idea like what that name is meant to be in relation to the stage, but here we have like another like somewhat type of obstacle course stage. We have this little, whoops, I messed that up. Wow. You may notice that like certain backgrounds that are like spheres that look similar to this are appearing. Those are known as like grass box backgrounds, and they're kind of like the generic backgrounds that like a certain ball tool came with. I can't remember which one, and wow, I fell off in the same way again. So, like, I believe that most people like used to just use these if they were like, oh, I have like no other background, let's just use this. I mean, when I make stage design, I like put it in a vanilla background if I have no idea what to put it in, but at the time, like, those were like the best because they weren't too like aggressive on memory, because the game can only handle so much. Ripple. Another Crabs level. I enjoyed playing this one. Zenith. I think that this one's like textured really well, like for the kitchen world. Like at the end, like there's a little thing here, and it looks almost like a table of a sort in a way. And here we have like one of the most awesome stages in this pack. This is called Chaos Ball, and it's a mashup of a bunch of different stages from different creators, made by, although it was made by a single creator. Here we're just gonna do like this hold up strat, where we hold up for most of it and then go straight into that green goal. That's one of the few times that we'll be taking a warp goal. Here's shoot and ladders. The original version of the stage no one liked, I can guarantee you that right now. It was so annoying. But here we can kind of speed through it and do it properly on first try if you're not dumb like me, but hey, dang it. That was kind of a speed strat, like, that we saw before I died at the end of the stage, but hey, like, most of the time, like, if you don't make it the first time and, like, it's just not worth trying it again and, like, hoping to make it, we'll just do the stage normally. We're almost done with World 9. Here we have Slice. I think that this is a cool, like, use of mechanics. So, see, you'll notice that, like, we can go into here, but after we get in, we can't go out. So that's making use of something that Monkey Ball has, where, so each part of an object, it's like one-sided. So each part of like an object is made of things called faces, and in Monkey Ball, faces are one-sided. So, like, you'll only be able to see them, and they only have collision on one side unless you like make a duplicate of the object and like invert like which side is which. And with that, we're done with World 9. So that stage, it puts like those two faces, they're on the inside of the object, so you can just get in from the outside, but you can't go back out. Quarter pipes. This stage is like fun to speed through. It looks pretty nice too. It has like a little shiny effect on the pipes. And we're in the final world. Here's another speed strat that's pretty fun to just go through. So we're just gonna go here, here, hit this ramp, hit this platform, and into the goal we go. Back to the... This one's just like another stage where we kind of just have to hope that we make it. It's quite hard to be like consistent at. We're almost halfway through the final world already. Here we have spinning fan, and it's like in this kind of like darkish world to symbolize like the end is near in a way. At least that's how I like to interpret it. That goal is also like spiky and has like a scary aesthetic to it. Intersect. The original version of the stage was much tougher, but thankfully here it's more tolerable. Two spheres. This one can kind of be a run killer in some cases, but it looks quite nice in my opinion. So in general, we used to just be able to hold upright in the original and not have to like do anything else. Here we have to hold upright and then like adjust at a certain point to like get out of the sphere properly. And if we don't do that, then we mess up. But hey, we got it. There's a red goal here, but it's quite tough. Red goal, it's like even better than a green goal. It lets you like, in challenge mode, it lets you skip more stages. And lets you, wow, that's quite sad to see on a stage that can be a run killer. Getting out of the sphere part, which is the run killing part, and then managing to die on the easier part of the stage. Alright, we can probably still save this. Let's try again. Come on. Keep like hitting it right at the worst time. Come on me. There we go. Alright. In the goal, and now on to turn 7. Ooh, this one's been changed quite a lot from the original as well. It's in like a variant of the crab's background, although it's like missing the crystals and stuff that we saw in earlier stages. So, Jilted Slalom, this is just kind of like a calmish stage, but for the most part it's not too tough. Although you can mess up on it, obviously, like any other stage. Let's do this, and into the goal. And we only have 3 stages left. Here's reverse Plinko, and I think this is a very cool mechanic. So it's an upward facing conveyor, so in a way, like, you have to like, it hugs you to the wall, and you have to like, it's pretty much reverse Plinko. Like, you literally just have to dodge these pins and hope that you make it to the top instead of like dodging them and making it to the bottom. And whoops, yeah, that can happen. That's an issue with conveyors, where if the edge of an object is a conveyor and you hit it, it'll like bounce you off of it. So you kind of have to like hope that you have a good amount of speed when getting off of this, otherwise you can mess up. But we did it. And 9, we're almost at the end. So this is like a breather stage in a way, swerve highway. So all we're gonna do here is just hit the edge, and we're gonna, whoa, that was not expected collision, but in general, like, that was a pretty short and sweet stage that you could just get the speed through. And we're on the final stage of the game, of the story mode run at least. So, Holy Mountain, this one's like, sort of tough, but it's much easier than it was in the original. In the original, it was not the most well designed, but I'm glad to see that's much better now. We kind of just climb up everything. There's another jump that we have to do. Then we dodge these and into the goal, and that's time. So for that is Super Monkey Ball 2 Community Pack 1.5 HD's story mode, and those were all 100 levels of it. We're gonna skip the ending cutscene, but in general, like, that was a pretty nice run in my opinion. I'm pretty happy of how that turned out. So this pack, you guys may want to download it. There's a place called the Monkey Ball Level Workshop where they offer like all kinds of things and modding and like level packs. And in general, like, you'll be seeing like a lot of these types of level packs from them. And so, in general, that was Super Midfall 2 Community Pack 1.5 HD Story Mode. I hope that you guys enjoyed that run, and yeah, thank you so much. That's a wrap.